Hey, how's it going, everybody? Zach with Car Talk with Zach. I'm out here on this steamy hot day on the west side of Lawrence at Lawrence Memorial Hospital's beautiful new West Campus, and I want to show you this unbelievable 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning. But before we get into it, I want to invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for checking this video out. Just click that subscribe button. Every time that happens, it brings a smile to my face as I try to grow my brand. Also, check me out on Facebook and Instagram, where you'll get a lot more content other than my YouTube channel. But without further ado, look at what I have here. This is a car that I've been waiting on for quite some time. It has had a lot of attention over the last few months, and Laird Noller Ford here in Lawrence, Kansas has this mannequin model, so it's not for sale right now. This is just for demo purposes, and I got my hands on it for the weekend, and let me tell you, it is impressive. I'll just do a quick initial walk around first and show you. This is the Lariat trim, so kind of mid-range. There's the Pro model is on the bottom, then you've got the XLT. From what I'm reading, both of those are sold out. So if you want to order an F-150 Lightning, from what I understand, the Lariat is the lowest trim you can get, and it's pretty nice, I'm going to tell you. So coming around the other side, you can see the back Lightning logo there, and then the full LED strip that goes along the back of the truck. Very unique to the Lightning. Really striking design. It looks awesome at night. Coming back around to this side of the vehicle, you can see they've really proportioned this right. I mean, it looks, you know, frankly, it looks like a Ford F-150. It's got unique lighting, it's got unique wheels, and probably the most unique thing about it is this 14 cubic foot frunk. Everybody's talking about the frunk, so let me just pop it open and show you. This being full EV, there's no engine. So again, 14 cubic feet of space here in the frunk. I love the little nod to the history of Ford there, a little Easter egg there. Very, very cool. But this is the frunk on the F-150 Lightning. Very useful, a lot of space, a lot of storage. Also, there's a power bank here, so you can plug in just about anything you need. In the front of the F-150, those are 120 volt, 20 amp outlets, so pretty cool. We got a little USB. Yeah, so very useful, very, very useful truck. I'll go back around, close this. Full power front and tailgate. Here's the charging port. There's another little old Ford Easter egg here, back to 1913. But there's your power outlet where you plug the truck in for power. This is the dual battery setup, and I think Ford claims about 320 miles of range. I can't attest to that. I got it as about 60% charged probably. So I can tell you though, it's been, I mean, you know, if you drive it normally, it's very economical. If you drive it hard, which it's easy to do, that'll eat up your range a little bit. Full power tailgate up and down, which is very cool. You do have another power bank here in the back. So this is a 240 volt, 30 amp, and then you've got 220 volt, two more 120 volt. So a lot of power. I mean, cool lighting back here. You know, I mean, I'm kind of telling people, think about driving this thing to a tailgate. You pull up to the tailgate and you plug in your margarita machine and your ice blender and your hot plates and everything you want right here on the back of your truck. This one does have the work surface here, Ford's work surface. You've got some measurements here, and you know, kind of a nice spot to work. There's these little clamps where you can put a clamp down and not damage the other side of the truck. This one has Ford's patented step and rail, so very easy to just pull yourself up into the bed of the truck and get back down. So that's nice. See if I can get it back down here with one hand. There we go. So really, really cool truck, and I really like the power up as well. It's a neat trick. So that's pretty much the outside of the F-150 Lightning. I want to show you around the inside, and mostly I want to take you on a tour of it. One thing I didn't touch on, I did mention that this thing has signature lighting, but you can see this LED strip that runs across the front. It's been a little controversial. I like it. I've read people saying that they don't really like it, but I think it's unique to the truck. It looks sick at night. It's a very distinctive feature for the F-150 Lightning, as is this kind of diamond matte gray grille. You know, it doesn't really need the airflow, so really, really nice truck. Really nice design. I dig it. So let's pop inside, show you around the inside of this F-150 Lightning Lariat. Turn the lights off here so it'll stop dinging at us. So, wow. I mean, I'm telling you, this thing is super nice. You got the two-tone gray leather seats. This full digital, close the door so we have some quiet, full digital LED screen, or digital cluster, or gauge cluster. This huge, almost 16-inch center stack. Then you've got full panoramic roof, tons of space back here. I mean, honestly, it's just about as nice as and roomy as any full-size SUV, so that's been a nice surprise. I'll turn it back around, put my foot on the brake, start the vehicle, and you can see we're underway here. Just like most EVs, there's no engine sound, so it's super quiet. The AC is just spooling up here and the system's starting up, but look at the size. Look at the size of this screen. Again, I think it's like 15.5 inches, and it's phenomenal. Maybe a little slow to start up for my liking, but coming back to the digital gauge cluster, you've got speed on the right, and then it'll tell you how you're utilizing the truck in terms of battery usage. And this little graph on the left here will show, when you're using battery or when you're regenerating battery power from braking. This is customizable. You can show pitch and roll, which is pretty cool. I mean, this is a truck. Towing, you can put all your towing information in. Coming back to the center screen, there are different drive modes: normal, sport, off-road, tow, and haul. And you can see it'll kind of reconfigure depending on what you're doing here. But lots of cameras. This has 360-degree cameras. It also has trailer camera, so you can see right where you're hooking up. You can see the back, what's in the back of the truck, which is a nice handy trick if you got stuff back there. You can see the front of your truck and the front and the sides. You can see the back of the truck, and then again it's got the 360 degree, so it's really, really neat. This is a proximity sensor, so it's got like a heat map, so it'll, as you're getting closer to things, it will kind of heat up. But really neat camera system. Honestly, this big screen is very easy to navigate. It's got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Everything's kind of right here, easy to navigate. So it's been very useful and really kind of a neat feature of the truck. I really love this kind of copper color that you get with these Lightning trucks that goes around the center stack. All in all, the design is very, very nice. It's very luxurious. I dig it. So without further ado, let me pivot a little bit and we'll jump into a driving perspective, because I really want to show you what this thing's all about. Alright, welcome back everybody. I'm going to turn this AC up a little bit, not because it's not hot today, but just want it to be a little bit quieter. Put the truck in drive and we'll be underway. So this vehicle is quiet. And I'll remind you, and I have to keep reminding myself, this is a Ford F-150. So this is, you know, the same size and width and length as a Ford F-150. But it's so quiet. And because it's so heavy and the center of gravity is so low, it rides better than any Ford F-150 that I've ever driven. I really think that this is probably the best riding F-150 ever made. And I'll give you my perspective there. So about 3 weeks ago, I started my new job as a commercial account rep for Laird Noller. So I'm in charge of providing businesses and governments with their commercial vehicles. And my company car is a Ford F-150. So I started in a 2021 F-150 Lariat, not Lightning. That would have been nice. F-150 Lariat, beautiful truck. And then about a week later it was sold, and I've since been driving a 2020 F-150 Platinum. You know, nice trucks, great trucks, but this rides so nice. It is so quiet and soft and luxurious, frankly. It doesn't feel like I'm in a truck at all, much less, you know, a full-size, you know, utilitarian pickup truck. It's really, really remarkable how well it rides. This is the dual extended battery, extended range battery, and so that's good for more than 400 horsepower, and I think like 775. I might not have the stats quite right, but over 700 pound-feet of torque. And I'm going to tell you, when you hammer down on this thing, it is a riot. It is a riot. Driving just normal, though, you know, it drives just like a normal truck. Honestly, it's got plenty of power. It'll tow about 10,000 pounds. I mean, listen to it. It's so quiet. It does have adaptive cruise and blind spot monitoring and lane departure assist, so it's going to keep you in the lanes. It actually has Blue Link, which when you have your cruise control on, if it's one of the mapped roads, and there's something like 150,000 miles of mapped roads, then it's hands-free driving, and we'll demonstrate that here in a minute. Just kind of lean into it a little bit, and there's 50 miles an hour. It is so much power. It is so much power. It's remarkable. Ford claims 0 to 60 in below 4 seconds. I 100% believe that. I mean, this thing pulls like any car I've ever driven, and it just pulls for days. So we're pulling out on the highway here. So at 55 miles an hour, there's a little bit of wind noise, but still exceptionally quiet. Is this car going to get over? Just at the nick of time, so I'll put the car in cruise control. Blue Cruise. I think I might have called it Blue Link a few minutes ago, but Blue Cruise is what they call it. So it's telling me that Blue Cruise is on. I'm testing to see whether or not I can trust it. I think I can. It likes to hug the center line a little more than I do, but yeah, it's underway. So I have my hands off the wheel, and we're just cruising right along. And the truck is driving itself. So it's pretty remarkable. It does tell me to keep my hands on the wheel, so it doesn't like that I let my hands off the wheel. So I guess it's not completely driving itself, but for the most part it is. Anyway, yeah, so in this setup, Ford claims 320 miles range. I've been in it since about 3 o'clock yesterday, doing my process. I'll probably put, I don't know, 100 miles on the truck. So I'm not worried about range so much. I've got 107 miles of range now. Yesterday, when I was out taking pictures of it, I drove it not hard at all, not hard at all. And I was really surprised with, you know, I was ticking away the miles, but the range wasn't really keeping up with me. So very, very efficient vehicle under normal use. And then right when I was wrapping up, I picked up a buddy of mine who drives a Ford F-150 for work, and then we picked up another buddy of ours, and we drove it a little harder then because I wanted to show them what this thing would do, and they were blown away. I wish I'd had my GoPro going because their responses, I mean, they're like everybody's. This thing, God, it's fast. It is so fast. You forget that you're in a, you know, 6,400 pound vehicle. I mean, it pulls so hard, but even then, when I was driving it pretty hard, that, you know, the range, it didn't kill the range, so it's holding pretty well, I would say. I didn't charge it overnight, so yeah, so far range has been good. I don't really have any anxiety about that. I think this truck is the future, and I'm going to tell you why. You know, if you're a contractor or you have a fleet of trucks that you use for you're an electrician, you're an electrician and you have a fleet of trucks, man, my goodness, these things, it's such a smart truck, and you can plug it in at night and stop paying $5 and up for gas. So charge it at night, let these things run all day. Use the power bank, use the truck's power for your tools. It really is such a smart vehicle. I'm just completely blown away by it. I really am. More than just about any vehicle I've tested, this truck is as surprising as just about anything. I knew it was going to be good, but it's so much better than I expected. This truck stickers right at $80,000, and before you message me and tell me that that's ridiculous and that nobody can afford an $80,000 truck, let me just kind of bring it into perspective a little bit. You know, trucks these days are expensive. You can spend $80,000 on a gas or diesel pickup truck pretty quick, and they're, don't get me wrong, those are nice trucks, but this is a nice truck too. You know, for an electric vehicle, you can spend $80,000 pretty quick. This is kind of the sweet spot, in my opinion. I mean, honestly, it doesn't drive like a pickup truck, but it rides and performs like a Tesla would. So I think this thing, God, I mean, if I wanted to buy an electric vehicle, this might be it. And I'm not really even a truck guy, so it's such an impressive vehicle. I'm gonna step on it here when this car gets out of my way to the light. I mean, it'll wheel spin. That's 40. I mean, it's so fast. It is so fast. You can't do that and not get a smile on your face. God, it's fast. Like, wait for this light to turn. I'm fighting a little bit of traffic this morning, but wanted to get out before it got too hot. It's already 90 degrees. It's about 11 o'clock this morning, so full throttle. I had to let up because the speed limit's what it is, but I hope you can understand just how hard this thing pulls. I'm going to grab a few videos, hopefully this afternoon, of some friends and family of mine to just show you the reaction and the response this thing gets when you give it a little gas, because it is remarkable. Well, friends, thanks for riding with me. I hope you can tell I love this truck. I really, really love this truck. It is so impressive. it is an absolute riot, and it's so useful and utilitarian, and it's fantastic. I'm going to pull over into this parking lot because there's one other trick I wanted to show you, and this isn't part of the F-150 Lightning, but you can get this in an F-150, but I just wanted to show it to you because I think it's pretty cool. There's a integrated work surface here. So if I put the vehicle in park, I can lower the gear shift and then flip this out, and you can work on this surface right here. Kind of turn it so you can see. You can work on the surface. You can put a laptop or write your, have your clipboard here. This is genius. This is a really smart deal, and I can tell you with my F-150 I don't have this, but I'm constantly working on my Surface, Microsoft Surface tablet. I would love to have this little work surface, so when I'm out making calls, I can make my notes and not kind of be crunched up here. So very, very cool. When you're all done, fold it up, fold your gear shift back in, and you're on your way. So very, very cool. All right, friends, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for a few videos of friends and family and their response to the F-150.